Good morning, flutarians. Welcome to another session of the Atomic Flutist, where we're building our reliable system of flute habits in tiny, digestible, atomic-sized chunks. So, as you probably already know, I specialize in improvisation, so let's go ahead and get started with a short improvisation on just these three notes. Today, let's focus on the key of A major. I've got a drone tone on the note A, so let's play the notes A, B, and C sharp, the first three notes of the A major scale. Now remember that even though I've defined which notes we are going to play, the sandbox in which we're going to play, you can still improvise with the volume, or in other words, the dynamics, the articulation, the rhythm. There's my two-breath improvisation on the notes of A, B, and C sharp. Now, in my opinion, the upper register on the flute has a foundation in a strong lower register. So I always warm up my low register first. So let's do a chromatic walk down all the way down to the low C. We'll start on that same A, and let's do 2 notes per breath. I like to do this without vibrato and with a crescendo and a decrescendo. So I start and end as quietly as possible, and at that transition point to the next lower note, I try and play as loudly as I possibly can so that I can learn to compensate for this fact about the flute. When you play louder, it tends to go sharp, and when you play quieter, it tends to go flat. So do what you can to compensate for that, and we'll start on A and go down to A flat. I also find it useful when I'm improvising to have an awareness of how full is my air tank. So try and combine it with this with your air tank. When you've passed 50%, make that your moment where you change to the next lower note. Let's do A flat to G. and C sharp to C. Okay, that's the low C. Let's go back to this A. And a good way. I was almost going to say with the last part for if the note is cracking up to the next part or the next octave, for that part, I recommend going, once it starts cracking up, go to the previous note segment or segment of notes and do that one again until you can kind of relax into. Yeah. So I'll go back to that A, and this is going to be like another way to relax into the lower notes. We're going to add one note in the chromatic scale at a time. So first it'll just be A to G sharp. Maybe we'll go back and forth as long as that we have breath. It'll sound like a trill for the first one. Then we'll do A, G sharp, A, G sharp, G. Then we'll add one more. So let's start on the A to G sharp. Now down to F sharp. Here's one more variation we can do to warm up to that lower note and also practice remembering in our mind, body, and our embouchure what exactly needs to happen in our embouchure for each note. So I think some people call this the Remington exercise. I guess Mr. or Miss Remington popularized this. So we'll start again on the A. We'll do 2 notes, A to G sharp, take a breath, reset your embouchure. Then go A to the next lower note, A to G, take a breath. Then go to the next lower note, A to F sharp. Now there's a fingering trick with the pinky, right pinky, with those last 2 that I'm doing. So normally the A fingering has our right pinky here, but to go down to the low C sharp or C, we need our finger to be here or here. And so the A still comes out. So when I'm up at the top A, I preset my right pinky for the low C sharp or for the low C, and then just close my other fingers. So let's do the same thing, but going up. We'll start again on that A, and then we'll keep going up until we reach the A an octave above it. myself do something with my tongue inside my mouth when I got to that note. When I got to the E, to start the note, my tongue is kind of forward, but to make the note have a better, more in tune tone, I kind of drop my tongue in the back, almost like I'm yawning. So let's do the A to... Oh, goodness. That's for the higher notes. I think because...
Yeah, my intonation, and I'm becoming more aware of how to change the opposite. I'm trying to think the true note for the
you may be thinking of C sharp that's just this pinky down. I noticed myself thinking, oh, I could put these fingers down. So you can experiment with this on the C sharp. I don't use that technique frequently, but it does sometimes help to bring the pitch lower. But as we go higher in the flute, or at least as I go higher in the flute, it tends to be more sharp compared to the lower notes. And so that opening and lowering of the tongue. There we go. There's a nice yawn or sigh. Oxygenating the blood and brain is always good. So let's go back to the A. I think we're going up to the E now. A to E. When I finish my notes, I tend to open my mouth and leave my flute there for a second to let the flute ring. Let's do just a minute of vibrato practice on that high A. So now we've reached up to the high A. I sometimes practice vibrato metered with the metronome, but then I add in this, starting slow as possible, and then ending as fast as possible. Take a breath, start as fast as possible, and then go as slowly as possible. When you're making really wide vibrato, you may notice that it drops down into the lower octave. That's okay. We're trying to build an awareness of what happens in the embouchure for the lower octave or the higher octave to come out. So let's do it on A and go slow to fast. Let's do it on the higher one first. Now fast to slow. Let's do that again, slow to fast. slow. Let's do the same thing on the lower A. Slow to fast. Let's do that one more time on the lower A. This is a great one to record yourself and listen to the recordings so that you can start to notice those points at which there's a little hitch where it's like, oh, you go suddenly from slow to fast or suddenly from fast to slow. I think of the slow to fast. The ideal pattern is like when you drop a bouncy ball. Bounce, 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 bounce. It's like let's also do just 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds of flutter tongue on that note. Some people really struggle with this. Some people do it in there with their uvula in the back, like a growl instead of with their tongue. This is a good practice because not only can you use it for an extended technique when you want for a little bit of a grungy sound, but it causes so much vibration in the embouchure that we have to really focus on what we're doing just to get the note out at all. So it's kind of like a super warm up when we take away the flutter tongue. So let's do that on the same A for 2 breaths. Won't hurt to try. So next, let's do a little bit of just practicing the A major scale. But let's do adding one note at a time. So first it'll just be back and forth between A and B. Now remember, I'll just name the notes in the A major scale. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So here's the quick version of how it'll sound. So we'll add note one at a time. So let's do each note group as one breath. I'm going to do this with my tongue now, starting ta, ta, ta. times the full octave scale. Well, we are at minute 29 now, so I guess we can leave it there. My goal for the new year, as far as my Atomic Flutist habits, is to go live or to practice warm-ups and techniques for at least 30 minutes a day, 4 times a week. So I'm doing this Sundays through Wednesdays, 9:30 to 10 a.m. my time here, Central Time. So thank you for joining me for another Atomic Flutist warm-up session. Oh, cool. That would be awesome.
Thank you. It was really great. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Well, I'm basing some of these ideas off of things I learned in the Atomic Habits book. So if you haven't already read it or listened to it, I highly recommend checking it out. And a reminder, I am going live again tonight at 6:30 p.m. for improv games. We'll play some improv games for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then I'll do a highlight on House of the Rising Sun. So we'll do a little play along with that. Well, I'm doing these Atomic Flutist sessions. It's not really a book yet, but I do hope to make it into like a technique book by, well, we'll see if I get there before the end of the year. Yeah. We're live on YouTube, actually. So I'm here on school. I could probably cut out a little bit of this, but hey, hello, YouTube people. Yeah, so there's records of this on YouTube, and but here, for those of you who are tuning in on YouTube, if you want to be live with me in the chat room, join me on school. That's where all the cool kids are. All right. So see y'all next time, and happy practicing.